Bang bang badang ding dang diggy diggy digging bang badang ding ding oh bang badang ding dang diggy diggy digging bang badang ding ding yes black to black 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 look, there's no need to worry and no need to fret. If you think we was finished, we ain't done yet. This is the platform where you can get informative topic with real intellect. Play talk good manners, raise the antennas. Andre and Karen that's host the vibe. Facebook, Spotify and Instagram. You could also catch me on the YouTube live with positive content back to back. I'm inviting all people to black. Yes, no be power, it's black to black. And everybody invited. So share it and like it. But we all are united and black to black. Yes, no be power, it's black to black. And everybody invited. So share it and like it. But we all are united and black to black. Yes. This is your immortal, inviting each and everyone to log on to all streaming platforms to Black with your hosts, Andre and Karen. So subscribe, share, like and comment, and come along. Let me enjoy the vibes. Diggy diggy, diggy diggy, black to black, daga daga, black to black, black to black, black to black.
Tell that inside.
Greetings, Black to Black.
Greetings, world.
Welcome, Black.
Welcome, Black.
Welcome, Black.
Yeah,
King
man.
Shaka.
Welcome.
Oloye.
Thanks for having me, man.
Ajagun
Ajagun.
Ore.
One of the things we want to do is let people introduce themselves now, because sometimes I find in an introduction you might necessarily say accurately what the person is or get across exactly what they represent now.
I understand.
So we sit down here. I have big respect for you. As a brother in the Ifa Orisa way of life. I personally have big respect for you. So I don't want to say nothing that's either inaccurate or So introduce yourself to Black.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Shaka Alexander. Also, in the spiritual arena, I am the Oloye Ajagun Ore of Iwaru Oka Odo, also the president of the Ifa Orisa Council of Trinidad and Tobago. So, in a nutshell, a humble servant, a warrior for the people, but more so, a servant for the people. Ashedumare.
A Calypsonian too.
Calypsonian.
Son? Cool. Well, my daughter in studio tonight. Good night. She could, well, if I put that should know, she jumping and dancing. You know what song he say? Look at him good.
Walk on them.
Son? I think I sent a video for you. We walking up the main road right in Mova. And when she's singing this song coming up the road.
Shame, man.
That
I call the ancestors.
Yeah. The video too. I showed somebody the video very recently.
Okay.
The quality of the video will stand up for a very long time.
Yeah.
And the simple yet powerful imagery in the video.
Yeah.
No setup. Right? So we here tonight. We call it. Well, let me just address the elephant in the room now.
Yeah.
I'm taking your hand, brother. Because people will ask me, I'm taking your hand.
Yeah, well, slip and fall and brace damage this small bone inside the hair.
Right.
Hairline fracture. So, I mean, the hand working and everything, but I just had to stay back up.
Well, I want to ask you too now, so we too big to get a sign up and thing of.
Nah, it's soft. It's soft, it's cloth.
Right.
It's soft. I can't write on it.
Right.
It will just bleed out.
See, Mortel done in the chat already.
Yeah,
So Mortel early,
welcome.
right? So we see some things happening within the Ifa Orisha community in Trinidad and Tobago, where in your role as the president of the Ifa Orisha Council at Trinidad and Tobago, you make a call and simultaneously put out a petition
Yes.
for us to have a national holiday in recognition of the Ifa Orisha tradition in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
The link is in the description.
The link is to the petition.
The petition is in the description.
In the description. Yes. I'll can't be tearing for that.
Yes.
Because if I tell you I'm sorry that I look at it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we had a thank you for it. You know what I mean? Because when I put in the, and I ask it certain things, it say make sure and put the link to engage now for people to help with the cause and that kind of thing, especially based on what it is we come to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
you're calling for a national holiday, and I would think that it's not a one-off holiday you're looking for.
No.
Right. So, where that stem from, and where is it at right now?
Everything has a genesis. There's a reason for everything.
Right.
And what I would like to highlight is the mere fact that Yoruba descendants have been on this land for more than 250 years. Ifa Orisha ancestors who would have came here from the motherland came here for more than 250 years. And in the era in which they came and they were engaging in their spiritual practice, it had anti-spiritual legislations that were imposed specifically to the spirituality of Yoruba Ifa Orisha adherents to suppress their culture and their spirituality.
Right.
Now, because of the era of colonization, when some of them came here and they were under one of the greatest crimes against African people as declared by the United Nations, chattel enslavement. There were anti-spiritual laws that were there that underdeveloped the advancement of Ifa Orisha practice till this day because it was not formally addressed. When those laws were repealed, what was really done to address the stigma? What was done to address the stereotype that Ifa Orisha practice is witchcraft, black magic, considered necromancy in certain circles? Nothing was ever done.
Yeah. And
it is even evident because in our school system, nothing of the sort that pertains to Ifa Orisha spirituality is part of the educational curriculum. It is not there. It's a blank space. It is not there.
Why do you think that is?
And it is so because this conversation needs to happen.
Right.
We need to engage with the Minister of Culture, the Ministers of Education, even the Prime Minister, so that this recognition could really be understood. Because if we are looking for repair to our people, and we are speaking about our ancestors coming here for more than 250 years onward, and that was done, and nothing was ever done to address the trauma that our ancestors would have encumbered because of those anti-spiritual laws, also known as anti-obia laws. because they considered what we were doing demonic. If nothing was ever done, no conversation, no proper rapport with Ifa Orisha adherents, then it will just continue.
Yeah.
Another issue is, and I would also say it here, because our ancestors had legislations imposed on them, what was accepted back at that time was the gospel. Because as we know, when Christopher Columbus had come here, one of the things they had done was to convert the natives who were here, convert those who were brought here to Christianity.
Yes.
In order to mold them and shape them into what they wanted them to be.
And Chief, let me just make sure that we say to the people that that conversion was not by choice.
And of
It was
course,
violent by force, violently.
yes, it was by violent means, it was at vile means, it was... We speaking about injustice from what we see these days with phone cameras or all over. But you can imagine in those periods when it had no cameras, no phones, to really document some of the atrocities done to our ancestors for practicing their spirituality. If you really speak to persons whose ancestors held on, they would say that their ancestors had to run miles in the bushes, set up their shrines in the bushes, and have a chapel in the front as a camouflage.
Yeah. That's a highlight.
That we have submitted
Yeah.
to Christianity. Now, this is in no way to look down on Christianity or to create a division.
Yeah.
But it's a truthful experience
Yeah.
that our ancestors of Ifa Orisha origin had endured. And it tells us that in order for us to move forward as a society, we need to address and engage the experiences that have not been addressed, that is affecting us till this day.
Yeah.
Because, mind you, as a Ifa Orisha devotee in a public school, many of our people would even attest and say that even these Ide Ifa or these beads, parents often run into issues because they see it as something not worthy of your child to have on. But if it comes to a crucifix or anything else, it is acceptable.
Yeah.
You know why? Because the national understanding is there. There's a holiday attached
So that.
to different spiritual groups that get respect and have their spiritual identity inserted in the educational curriculum. Orisha people, we don't have that. And it's not that it is anything far-fetched we are asking for. But the contributions of our ancestors in this land, it is so great. One of the people who held one of the highest offices in this land was Arthur Napoleon Robinson. He was a Orisha chief. We had Leroy Clark. We have Dr. N2 Springer. We have Baba Ogun Ohale Lester Oshuna, who had been inducted in the National Sports Hall of Fame. We have people in our community who have contributed so much to the advancement of the wider society. So it shows that we are a people of value.
Yes.
Even when you look at the United Nations Charter for the second decade of African people, you know what it states?
Tell me.
It says that one decade to address the problems
Not
of the
enough.
African community, the African Alkebulan community is not enough. So we now have a second decade. And this tells us as a people, King, that it's an ongoing process. Because as Bob Marley said, once you liberate your mind from mental enslavement, that is the greatest freedom a man could have. But if there are institutions that are not allowing us to break free from what was done to us, then we will continue in the quagmire of issues that we are seeing affecting the African people today. Because when all other groups are free to venerate their ancestors in a public way throughout the length and breadth of this country, Orisha people, we don't have a day. We still are in the shadows behind Baptists. Now, Baptists are our brothers and sisters, but our practices are different. Orisha is different from Christianity. We've venerated our Yoruba ancestors, and the source of Orisha doctrine stems from Ifa. Because Ifa is the foundation where you find knowledge about all Orisha. From your Ori to Orunmila to Ogun to Shango to Onile to Yemoja to Olokun to Egbe. Different societies like Ogboni. You could find it within the scriptures or the Odus of Ifa. That is where we compile our spiritual directions and our spiritual instructions. But because chattel enslavement would have created a period of centuries of impediments in our way, this is the struggle. Yes? Because we have doctrine just as all other groups.
I want to ask
Orisha people have doctrines that even the United Nations have said. How the Yoruba people have been able to preserve their literature, their oral tradition, their history within the corpus of Ifa is one of the best historical vaults in the world. Yes.
Because it is said that right here in Trinidad and Tobago, in speaking with Baba Avery,
Yes.
and he journeying back to Nigeria, some of the things that we still have here amazes our siblings on the continent.
Yes.
That it survived everything
It's a time.
that the King Jacare say in terms of the length of time that they outlawed it and everything.
Yeah.
And we still find a way, and it you touch on things, and is a subject that a lot of people run away from, because this meme on social media is so accurate that we dislike everything about slavery and want to burn down everything about slavery
Except the spirituality.
except Christianity. Right? And I would always say, I know my road anymore. If you choose that road, fine. But yeah, just like how you have your preconceived notions about what I into now. But when you see somebody just like this, what they into, just know I don't have preconceived notions about Christianity. I have historical facts. But we can look past that. So we stand up here today with the chief, and the chief say, we want a national holiday.
You need it.
Right. What is some of the blockages or some of the obstacles that you're meeting or hearing along the way to that journey? Because it had happened.
Within any movement or within any advancement, even as when in our historical spiritual documentation would show, anything that is there to advance our people, you would always find little obstacles. But what I would often, what I would say is the greatest obstacle so far is us,
Our people.
the people. Because as one of our great sage had said, when the tide rise, all boats will rise. So what this is saying is that the understanding behind a National Ifa Orisa Public Day, it will advance not just Ifa Orisa people. It will advance all people. It will advance our children who come in after, who are not even born. It will affect centuries after us because, again, it provides longevity. A holiday provides a scope and a focus on a particular culture. And we know that culture is the greatest asset to any nation. Culture is why people jump on planes and go to different parts of the world and invest.
To go and see.
Yes. So this now is an opportunity for our country because there's no other spiritual African indigenous Alkebulan public day outside of Africa. Trinidad and Tobago will be the flagship. And I'm speaking it into existence. Trinidad and Tobago will be the flagship. And people will look at us because, again, we pride ourselves in our uniqueness, our unique cultures. We pride ourselves in that. But one of the greatest obstacles is us because we need to put context as to why this public day is important. And if we don't see beyond the picture of self, it means our children cannot benefit from the opportunity at present because the possibilities are endless. If you want land, you want housing, you want institutions for your people, it must start with recognition. That is why it's important for all of us to carry our names with pride. Your name works for you. That's why even in different lineages, people will recognize you by your name. So an Ifa Orisa Public Day would live on. It will open the way for devotees. It will reclaim what was stripped away from our ancestors, and it will be returned to our people. You understand me?
So let me ask you this.
Very good.
I know the plan is June.
Yes.
Right? So tell the followers and them, why the month of June, marking the start of the Ifa Orisa spiritual calendar, is being proposed for the holiday.
So June, just as any other spiritual system, has a particular cycle. Because everything has a cycle. Our Yoruba calendar, the start of our new year commences in June. Because even our brothers and sisters across in the motherland, when they celebrate their National Ifa Festival, they celebrate the start of that new cycle in June, between June 1st and or 2nd, between the first week of June. And that gives us, again, context to our spirituality. You understand me? Because every public holiday, it has an ancestral element. Because when others have their holiday, you will see a specific ritual being reenacted. It's a ritual, it's an ancestral ritual being reenacted. All other groups do it. So our Ifa Orisa devotees, we have a particular spiritual enactment that is geared towards energizing our spiritual ashe, energizing our ancestors, so that their memory would always live on. There's a particular Udu in Ifa, a particular verse in Ifa that spoke about when Ogun, Shango, Orisa, Obatala was vying for a day. They wanted a day, hence why the Yoruba calendar represents 4-day cycle of the week.
4 days.
4 days. Yeah? With 7 weeks in a month. Yes. And the 4 days, it's in honor of Ogun. One of the days is for Ogun, Ogun Day. One of the days is for Shango. One of the days is for Obatala. And one of the days is for Orisa. And the understanding is, these Irumale, these Orisa, they fought for a day because they wanted their devotees to remember their spiritual ashe and to remember their spiritual cycle. And that is what a spiritual day represents, so that your memory could live on. And if we, who are children of Yoruba, Alkib, Ulan people who came here, we need to hold on to this particular event here, because it will help our children. And I'm stressing on the children, because when I grew up in the schools, in the school system, I could tell you it was pressure. If you was not what is widely accepted as spirituality, and if you come with something else, it was pressure. I have a young ones, and I could tell you, I don't want them to go through that trauma I went through, of being ashamed, of being bullied, of being chastised for your spirituality. More so as well, to have an authentic African name. I just tell people this: as a big man, I went to make a report for an accident. And when the police woman asked me my name, and I said, my name is Shaka, you know what she said? Why you can't have a normal name? I'm telling you, and this is a real life experience, because again,
What she look like?
I can't blame her.
What she look like?
I don't want to get there. But I'm saying, I doesn't blame people, because again, we have something to do. Those who know our mandate is to teach those who don't know. You understand?
Yeah. Talk about two things here you touch on there. One of them I'll deal with first is we mentioned him earlier, Baba Umidiran. He also had a petition a few years ago during COVID.
For a name change.
Right. And you mentioned that now, like, we're trying to reclaim, not we trying, we are going to reclaim stuff, right? And we want a day. I see where the relevance of what he was doing. And I think for some, he's still into it, which is petitioning the government. Especially now that we have another decade in honor of people of African descent, to not charge us to reclaim our names. Say, because we are not changing our names. We are reclaiming our names. My name was 500 years ago, wasn't Andre. Right? So now that I want to go and change my name to Orisa Lashe, why I have to pay? Right? And I see just as you're saying that it come in one time, because people, I know I always tell Karen this. Before I come into all of this here, I remember working and taking people's ID card and going in the back and laughing at the name. But what kind of names are the traditional names? Now look at me now, I have a name. Right? But the difference with me is that I am unapologetic with it.
Yeah.
So when you ask me what kind of name is Orisha Lashe, my response is a name you wouldn't hear it if somebody calling a dog.
Yeah.
Right? The aspect of claiming for this D, you know, how you touch on how it's tied into other people's their culture, right? I always like to quote Capleton in the song Tour since 1991. Capleton sing, if slackness is the sickness,
Culture, the cure.
culture is the cure.
Yeah.
Now here we are today in 2026, claiming to be, that's why I tell them, and she hear me say it, and she's only 10, our national anthem is a lie. Our national anthem here in Trinidad and Tobago is a lie. Here every creed and race does not find an equal place. Right? This is not considered proper work attire.
Yeah.
Right? Where you live in the country could determine if you get a job or not.
Yep. That's
And
a
we
fact.
still, well, I say that because I know you could speak on that.
Yeah.
I know that.
That's a fact.
I ain't asking that.
Yeah.
Right? And it's 2026 and we claim to be so far removed. Like just now in a group there, and the post of one of the politicians talking about the march and how they get arrested and talking about in post-colonial thing. And I tell them plain, I say, oh, they could probably listen to them talk about that, but I don't want to hear them talk about that. Because I know it's a political gimmick to respond to something good now. Just like it has certain people can come and tell me we were there for African people. I real strict with it. Like, if I know you're not living a certain type of way, or you don't have certain ideals and values, you can't come and talk African thing with me.
Yeah.
So how you could come and tell me about the colonial this and that, but nothing before in your actions, nor in your words, by your speeches, lining up with that. Where you see, what is the next move for the Ifa Orisha Council of Trinidad and Tobago? Of course, it wouldn't everything you wouldn't be able to say, but what is the next position? Or they just had the Ifa Festival, or they had the conference in this. What is the next move for that? And how can people like, let me use Karen. Karen is not actively involved. I should be, but hold on. How people like Karen and them who would be definitely interested but not actively around, how the information is reached them?
So we have just concluded 2 major events.
Right.
One of them was the National Ifa conference, where we had a call for papers. We had persons who would have engaged our theme, which is Ifa, a tradition for yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Right.
We had our education officer. Her name is Ifa Margaret Gordon. She was very much instrumental in organizing the event, organizing the conference. And based on the volume of submissions, when we had the day of presenters, we took notes. And the notes is geared towards our development as a Ifa Orisha community. So we would have gotten persons who would have even written on the holiday as well, on the public day as well. So we would have resolutions coming out of the conference that we would be working on.
Right.
But at presently, what we are continuously doing is actively advocating for this public day.
Yeah.
And it would also help in many ways to bring greater awareness, not just for us devotees, but other people in the wider community
Society.
to look at this group. Because we are not a minority group, as I often say. It is just the process that our ancestors had underwent. It in many ways placed Ifa Orisha devotees in the shadows behind other people.
Yeah.
Is it truth?
Yeah.
It placed us in the shadows, not spoke enough, not even
Taboo almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there are groups that engage the government, and I mean it's a holistic thing. It's a holistic our way of life. It's to find out more about our way of life. You really need to engage persons who have went beyond and who have studied and who have made direct connections across in the motherland as well. Because yes, we have our local experiences here, which is very good. But our way of life came from somewhere.
Yeah.
We cannot abandon our source.
Yeah.
Honestly, we could never ever abandon Africa. We could never abandon our source. No, we can't abandon what our ancestors had preserved here. But we need to understand that Ifa is not in no way a term to wipe out what was held here. It is simply to bring context.
Yeah.
It is where, again, it will bring much more understanding. Ifa comes as if it is the encyclopedia of all Orisha. Yes.
Right.
If you cannot find Orisha history in the Bible, but Ifa is our doctrine. Ifa is our encyclopedia. And once we could get that full understanding with the central government and other stakeholders in this country, it will augur well for our people. Because our tradition is much more than drum and dance. It has doctrine behind it. Yes, Ifa has 8 essences. The spiritual essence, the religious essence, the historical essence, the cultural essence, the financial essence. You understand? 8 essences. I've just been able to call 5. But 8 essences. Yes. That could assist in human development. Human development. In addition to why this holiday is important, when we talk about in psychology or sociology, the hierarchy of needs, belongingness, shelter, safety, food, shelter. Let's address safety. When our issues as a community is not being addressed, and we don't have husbands in the home, fathers in the homes, that sense of security is stripped away from our children. When the breadwinner is no longer in the equation, where is that sense of safety and security? Yeah? And then when that is compromised, what happens to shelter? Yeah?
Yeah.
So it then shows the dysfunction starting at level 1. When we're talking about belongingness, and your culture and your identity is not part of what you are being taught in schools, how you as an African person will then function. Yeah?
Yeah.
And that adds to self-esteem.
Yeah.
Because if what you look like, what your ancestors practice spiritually to energize them is not part of the educational curriculum, where are you getting your self-esteem from? It means you would now have to function out of your spiritual DNA to look to somebody else's way of life to get self-esteem. When the image and likeness of the Creator is in all of us, but nothing is done to promote your image and likeness, what happens there? Inadequate human being. And then we go up to self-actualization. If all the components have not been able to be addressed, then we have the missing generation that Ella Andal sang about. Because the issues pertaining to African spirituality, it is not being addressed. People could talk about crime plan, this plan, all kind of plan. It's a complex situation when you do not give people their spiritual anchor. That's a serious thing. That's a serious thing.
Yeah.
You have to give people their spiritual anchorage. Hence why in the world, different groups put high emphasis behind their spirituality to anchor them, to sustain them, so their generations will know, hey, this is what our ancestors used to hold on to, the principles, the values, the teaching. Teaching is everything. The ancestors teach us morality. What they did and what issues they encountered, they teach us morality. And so our elders are closer to the realm of the ancestors because they have experience. They will say, young boy, do this or do that, or don't do this or do that, because of experience. So Ifa Orisa doctrine is the recollection of our ancestral knowledge. And if we don't have that, what will happen?
So, based on something you say there, and I'm sure that Karen will want to, be facilitated in this too. Can the Ifa Orisa Council of Trinidad and Tobago, do you have the facilities? So if Karen call and say, well, I will come in my son's school. Or they could come and do a presentation from primary school children straight up to secondary school children. We can call on the Ifa Orisa Council for that.
We have our executive that is well equipped, that could engage in any educational challenge. Now, I wouldn't say challenge, but that could engage in any educational presentation.
Right.
Because we have our education officer, and we have a welfare officer. He's called Are Ifalashe Egunleleti. And we have capable and competent people who are able to engage the public in a meaningful way.
The reason why I asked that question is that over the years, when we would see and hear people talking about certain African stuff, is always a kind of, there's something me and you used to go back and forth with. It's most of the times it's never something well presented. So now we know we move from just looking at it like that. We know that well presented is not just how you dress alone, but the way you disseminate the information to the children, as because they say it's just on the children. I kind of firmly believe in that too.
We have to focus on them.
But we want to also have organizations today that when they come and talk, the last thing you must talk about is them. The things that you must not be able to say, look at how them come here and them just drop a piece of paper. And no, we're looking at a presentation in a kind of way because no, you're dealing with the government. No, and we know, at least I know this, I don't know if all you know this, I know they will look for any reason to say no.
Well, again, reason is relative.
Right.
Meaning that it is of our firm belief and knowledge that our ancestors have truly truly deserved what we are pushing.
Oh, sure.
And apart from the ancestors, those ancestors who are returning, because one of our mandates in the Ifa Orisa way of life, it's to leave this world in a better condition than we met it. That's our firm belief. That's why when we wake up on that morning, we do the things we do, and we want to make sure our children get the best. No parent wakes up on a morning and does not look back at their children. So even though we may be in our 40s here now, we are looking back at our children. And that is what this public holiday is about. It's looking back at them. And even though there would be vestiges out there who are seeking to maybe deter people from supporting this, it's much more bigger than human beings. Honestly, it's something spiritual. It's our ancestors. I was now just at Yoruba Village at the drum festival hosted by the Emancipation Support Committee at Yoruba Village. And as I stood there, you know, I could really feel the presence of the ancestors moving, not just for that event to happen, but moving to make this particular event here manifest. Because it's something spiritual for our people. When you look on the media and you look at some of the ills that is affecting our society, it tells us that there is a need for spiritual intervention for our people.
From us.
From us. The greatest gift you could give your people is spiritual care. And that is why it's important for us to support this call for this public holiday, so we could energize our spirituality, energize our ancestors to move forward. It is not to hold back anything that could uplift our children. We have to look back at them. Because if you really look at it, and I'll take this from one of my sisters who sang Calypso, in our society, tailor-made to uplift everyone else but you, but your group, what do you do? Are we to sit down, bury our heads in sand? We have to advocate and push. We have to lock arms, join together, push the conversation, push the petition, so that it is a collective bargaining. People would have different thoughts and ideologies, but the greater picture is our children, brother. It's our children. You know how it pains me, King. It pains me to know that what I stand for, when my child goes out in the school, everything I stand for is not on the curriculum. That pains me as a father. That pains me, but as long as I have life and breath in me, I will advocate for what is better for our children, for the betterment for them, because we know what we went through, honestly, and we're still going through. When Winston Peters sang Little Black Boy in 1996, it addressed a few problems, you know. But the real problem is the African youth who really don't have an understanding of sense of self. And that is why it's so problematic till this day. We could come down and cast blame and blame this and blame that, but we are not. It comes as if many times we are seeking to put a plaster on a sore without understanding why there is a sore, why the wound is not healing. And the wound is not healing because we are not truly addressing the problems affecting African people in the right way. If you put spirituality out of the equation, then you're not addressing nothing.
So when you go tell a black man who come to you and say, well, why supporting that for? How that benefiting me? Because either is a Catholic, either is an Adventist, either is a Jehovah's Witness. Because when you look at the division that affects us, I remember when we first had the first meeting for the BBN, and Dali say something real profound. He say, what is one of the problems we just have as a community, boy? No matter what we meet and what we meeting to do, we can't agree. Because if one man say, well, bless the meeting now, and you as a Orisa man stand up and you get your water and you do your thing, everybody rock back, so you can always discomfort, right? But we can't even agree day. So how we going past that to agree on community, on education, on finance, on the pillars on family, society. Yeah, how we going forward? Because I listening to you, and I agree with everything you're saying, but what I see in the struggle coming in now is the support you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Because even if you reach in front the Prime Minister, and she say, well, how much are you? How much are, like, who is going to benefit?
Yeah.
Right? That is what they're going to say.
Of course.
Right?
And we could get into
that
as well.
Right. Because you see, the thing about it is what has happened a lot of times is we will sit back and we sit with everything. We go sit down behind the computer and the keyboard and we real bad behind the keyboard. But when the time comes to do the work, it's something else.
Yeah.
You understand? So, I have a question here. How you think the public holiday will foster national education, respect and unity? Proving that, as Andre said just now, that the anthem, what the anthem say, is a fact, right? That every creed and race find an equal place.
Everything comes with awareness.
Oloye, just. Because that question, perfect into what going through my head. So I want to let it out for you to go into that question.
Okay.
Because one of the things that I see based on something you were saying earlier, and now you Karen come and ask that same thing. What you need this holiday and thing for? I say for the same reason you need Christmas. You see who we just be leading up to Christmas? How we just be? Or how would this be for the East Indian community leading up to Diwali? Why we wouldn't want that as African people? To have something that we know in June, or April, so we're preparing. We're watching to see the animals and them. Everything that we need for the festival. My clothes. Some cloth coming, I hope it come in time. Right? Everything that is needed, all the different things, all the different rituals. My daughter running home from school because this evening we have a ritual to go and partake in that is for leading up to the annual Ifa Orisa holiday. Right? Now tie back into that. My thing is when they're asking you how it will be, and it's the same way, like the same thing for you because everything has commerce involved in it as well. I mean, for nearly all these religious national holidays, there was a section of the society that makes a lot of money from it.
Fact.
Christmas being the number one.
So, just to tie in the two questions
Right.
that came in. Awareness is key.
Right.
When we talk about awareness, we're speaking about people being educated as to who this group of people are, what their contributions are, what they stand for, and how this awareness could benefit our country. We want to speak about benefits. We could speak about economics. We could speak about how much cloth Orisa people
Just use
invest in
on
for
a
every
yearly
single event.
Mm-hmm.
We could speak about how much of us use palm oil.
Yeah.
We could speak about how much of us, we go to the market and buy animals to keep events, to keep prayers.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? To keep sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We could speak about people coming here from different parts of the world to participate in this national day, because even up the islands, down the islands, there's not a Orisha day. And Ifa Orisha is one of the fastest growing religions in the world. Yes.
I want to rephrase that.
Ways of life.
Ways of life.
Not just ways of life,
tradition.
not growing, returning to.
Yes. It's one of the
But it has
fastest.
to be returning too.
It's one of the fastest returning ways of life right now. And as I had said, outside of Africa, nowhere in the Caribbean, even the Latin America, even the North Americas, even in Europe, has a national day for African people, indigenous spirituality. So people will want to come here and engage in what we do. That will also help in tourism. We want to talk about crime. That and all too will help to take down crime, because that awareness itself, it creates a spiritual movement, and it creates a spiritual reawakening that could help young men find themselves, help young women to find themselves, because Ifa Orisha stands on the pillars of what we know as Iwapele, gentle, noble character. Just as any other group of people has tenets of spiritual understanding, we have the same thing. And gentle, noble character, it means that there are do's and don'ts, things that are abhorred by the divine and things that are allowed. So based on that too, it could address a lot of issues. And another key component of Ifa, of National Ifa Orisha Day, the preservation of families. The preservation of families. Right now, as we could clearly see, many homes turn up.
Yeah.
But once we could have something like this, Ifa holds on to the pillars of family life. Family life. What would have missed this generation surely will not miss the next. Because when we could hold on to a particular spiritual day like this, the tenets will get out there. It will help. It will help.
You know, I think into why Orisha Lashe said just so there with regards to returning is, and I still listen to people in the shop all the time, because people will come and ask me certain questions, right? Right now I have a man to put he on, right? But it's only because he's busy and he put him on the match, right? But people is asking questions and things, and as long as you're searching and you're looking like we, it has certain things you cannot deny, right? Because the same thing you say spirituality is called it. You understand? I fight that for years, right? And in searching, because remember, because I was telling a friend that this week here, she was born thinking and whatever, and I told her, I said, again, you know, is the problem? I said, the problem is the side effect of the most potent side effect of slavery is that where we searching, because remember, you remove it from where, you know.
Disconnected it.
Everybody else have the thing. And once we start to talk about it, people just get upset, men just get uncomfortable, because why? Why only want to return to that?
Yeah.
Stay with what we get earlier, but why?
Yeah.
Why we staying with that? It's not working for we, right? And when you sit down and you talk and you start to think, well, go and talk to this one and go and talk to that one and go and talk to the next one, and you're doing that and it's still not getting no resolution, right? But then something tell you, boy, look to your own people, right? And then you go and you start to feel, I just feel it. You know what I mean? In the early days, I was real frightened about it. I used to be like, boy, nah, boy, I ain't thinking, you know. And then slowly but surely, I started doing my little research. He started sending me little things, and I started read and whatever. And I know I reached a place where I real comfortable. My father was a rich, I didn't even know that. It's only before he dead, he come and he tell me, say, boy, you know, I used to go up in the shrine up in Mount Up there, and I see some things make you real uncomfortable, you know. He say, and after a while, it started to become natural. He say, I see man walk on fire and thing. See a man lie down on fire. Comfortable like nothing.
Yeah.
Right? And then he tell me, boy, I never tell you about it because you never asked me. But you know, if you want, I could put you onto this one, put you onto that one, thing, so you could start doing your research. You understand? And I think that's the problem that affecting me the most.
Yeah.
You're right? Because you say, you talk about the education part in the schools and thing, they're not going to teach that in schools, brother.
We are to push it.
Yeah.
Because now, again, I don't want to say they will not.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that we just have to keep knocking on that door.
Right.
And that's how things change.
But remember, they remove RI
Well,
from the schools, so it didn't have no...
So they remove RI, but there are still public days attached to the
right
groups.
Facts.
So you're learning it still in social studies.
And I don't want to tell you that. It's still in your social studies.
It's still there.
Yeah.
So it makes so where we are in seeking for that equality,
right,
it's justified.
Right.
It's justified. Nothing the bars us, you know. But we have to want it.
Yeah.
We have to be truthful in our engagement. A. We need it for the children. The children who coming up.
Yeah.
The children. That is all I would say. For they see them who coming up, let's give them the level playing field that all others have.
Yeah.
Because all others have it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the current Prime Minister made a statement. I like to preface these statements by saying, all who know me know, and who don't know me are hearing this. I do support no political organization.
Okay.
Right? I remember she made a statement to opposition, so the Prime Minister is East Indian. She tell one of the opposition MPs, what kind of name, you laughing at my name? At least I have my traditional name, you have a slave master name. And this is where I come back to you as Oloye, I had to listen to what you were saying because you live in this. See, them people and them, they who only want to talk African talk for the convenience or try to win a point, can talk to me. Because some of them same people jump up and ball how the Prime Minister is disrespectful and tell you woman she have a slave name and you'll be like, but that is the truth.
Yeah.
You laughing at somebody name, nobody didn't talk about that part, right? Nobody didn't talk about the part of you trying to embarrass you by mispronouncing she name.
Yeah.
Which is something I know I accustomed to.
Yeah.
Because there's what you would and ball good, I can't pronounce that. But you can pronounce Tchaikovsky. Right? Yeah. And I said, that is, we could use that as a great opportunity to say, hey, Prime Minister, you're correct. We don't want these slave names anymore. But because it was taken from us, we want to reclaim it and not have to pay, because the system we live under is the exact same system that them they created. It's just that we supposedly running it today. Right? Why should we have to pay to rename ourselves, reclaim names, and what we're doing in going about in today's 2026? Like, let me talk about Chief Olaki Amasachunji for a little bit, who was one of the people that made the same call
many years ago.
And he's often say that we shouldn't be going to certain places to speak and still have to refer to yourself as Andre Lovelace. And the further I go along, the more I agree with it.
Yeah.
You understand? Because when you hear, I will use my name, when you hear Andre Lovelace, if you know the Lovelace name, then you're looking to see who it is, because I have a grandfather that do great things in this place and I have an uncle that do great things in this place. I have a cousin that do some great things.
Doing.
right?
Mhm.
Doing. Two of them, as a matter of fact, are doing some great things.
Mhm.
But if you didn't know that name, right, and you hear Andre Lovelace, yeah, well, but when you're in the crowd, and you hear, yes, our next speaker is, he just finished his master's in so. Orisa Lashe Ogelana Ogunlade. Everybody want to see
Yeah.
Who is that?
who is that now. And for me, for now, a part of the name thing, for me, is optics. Whether we like it or not, is optics. Because you have certain people in this place just saying the name, opening doors for them.
But yeah, you get, listen to me. Hey, what you said there, it resonates.
Yeah.
Because just as he had said, identity, who you are connected to, will work for you. So once we could address this particular matter, because it's not an issue, it's a matter. It's a matter. National Ifa Orisa Day, it's a matter. And this matter, once it is addressed properly and truthfully, the issue with names, the issue with everything will fall in line. Everything
sure.
needs a start point. You understand me?
Sure.
It's a matter that will be addressed.
Yep.
So, as you say that, they are not going to address everything now. No more mind going to Baba Oba.
Babopa.
Baba Oba in
Freedom section.
Oba Kitimi.
Baba Oba Kitemi, right? In renaming the Lawantil Mova East Port of Spain
All of that.
district now, because I see that and it come back to me. With all of this here, first, this is consequent. This is serious thing. It's still our places named Plantation in Trinidad, right?
Yes.
Like, you move.
And you're paying your money to go and see it, to go and
But
stay
look,
there.
right in Trin City there, in that nice community, Tower Plantation Drive. You understand? Look, I remember posting that it's come back as a memory ever so often when this man in Tobago was the head of the Tobago House of Assembly, London. And it was front page or third page news. I snapped the picture, everything, and posted it on social media. London moves into the plantation. Because he buy a new house in the plantation villas. And I be like, this is like 2014, eh?
Awareness.
So it's not to say no, that is not to say like that is like you comfortable as a black man, an African man, knowing any little ounce of the history of Trinidad and Tobago. Living in a place named Plantation Villas, boy.
Everything amounts to being exposed to the truth and accept in it. Because as we would know, many of our people are trained. Yeah. Generations of that training, generations of that indoctrination.
Yeah.
So some of them wouldn't even see a problem there because they have adapted to it. Some of our people who are successful and it's working for them, they won't see it as an issue, You understand? Honestly, hence why one of the greatest things we could do is to educate and advocate for what we want. Because we are on the ground, we are in the communities, we seeing what going on, because many times when people get to a particular level, they often forget where they come from.
That's the easiest thing.
That's the easiest thing. But we who are on the ground, who are, I don't want to say we are here. We are seeing, we are looking, we're seeing young fellas up and down the road, the head going. That's our responsibility. Because if we don't address that, it could come back and bite us. Because those are the ones who would be looking for wives. We have children.
Yeah.
Those are the ones. If we don't look at them and things difficult with them, they could come at you. So it's our overall responsibility to our people. Look at how much murder is taking place in this land of Trinidad and Tobago. Young people who now starting up.
Yeah.
Young Afro males. What that says, it says there is a great issue there. It's our responsibility to do as much as we could to fix that. You understand?
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, so like how last week had the Ifa Orisa festival that, had a walk, a parade and everything. What other stuff you have planned that the public would be interacting with? Because that was something that the public interacted with, where you're walking on the road so people could see you, and if they feel to follow you, we could be curious or whatever.
Yeah.
What are public events?
The other public event we are scheduled to have would be the resolutions from the conference.
Right.
That is something we would have. It will have it soon when we engage the wider society with the compilation of what was done at the conference, so that we could hold fast to move forward.
Right.
That is what we have on the cards. In addition to what we would also be engaging in as well is our education drive. Just to educate
people.
Education. Now, a lot of persons would have to unlearn to relearn. But our main thing is to educate. Educate, liberate. You understand? So that's how things would go.
What role people could play, elders and everyday devotees who are not members of the Orisa Council of Trinidad and Tobago?
All we are saying is persons who are not part of the council all we would say is support what is good for the children to come. Because some people, they often try to stay away from groups and all of that. But once something is good, there's a saying in our way of life. How could one refuse the call of responsible people? If responsible people call you to support something, that is what we must do. Support it. Because that could benefit everybody. What we are doing as the Ifa Orisa Council, it would support everybody. I'm telling you, it will build everybody. We just had our festival, and it had over 16 groups that came together on the bandstand, and we consulted Ifa. Consulted Ifa, and the Udu that came is Ogbe Erete, and it came with growth and development. All groups came together. Now, I'm not saying it was all the groups in the country, but the mere fact that 16 groups from Trinidad and Tobago came on the bandstand of Woodford Square to cast that Ifa, it says a lot. It says Olodumare is blessing our efforts.
Sure.
We have the Ire, you understand? It's not no competition either. Honestly, because
I wanted to go down that road.
People would think, it's a competition amongst other groups. No.
Right.
Everybody's role is different. Everybody's assignment is different. So what you might be doing at this stage in your existence will be different from what somebody else is doing. It is not a competition. Everybody has their divine assignment that is there to advance the people.
Right.
Every organization has their role and function. It's not a competition, because with me, once something is good. Look, I just came from my Emancipation Support Committee event. What they are doing, I would support. If someone else has any activity that is good, I will go and support. Because no one person could do everything or hold everything. Honestly.
Yeah.
No one knows the head that will wear the crown. All of us wear different crowns to do particular role and function. It's not a competition. Once you are in a position and you are mandated to do, you do. You don't get yourself pulled in the darkness of envy. Because when you do that, it is you putting yourself in a position to take your eye off of your own focus. By the time you take in to look and monitor what somebody else is doing, the time in which you are supposed to be focusing on your self-growth, you are putting that attention in something else that you don't have the ear or the blessing to engage in. And that's a serious thing. The most pernicious thing any human being could engage in is being envious in a very much uncontrolled way. It leads to anger, it leads to bitterness, it leads to a lot of toxic energy that would then surround your very existence. Because now you would seek, to plot, derail what somebody is genuinely doing for the betterment of all. So that takes us back to Iwa Pele, gentle, noble character. And that is what takes us to higher heights. Anybody could have a role out here, but your role must be perfected by you. As Brother Valentino sang, life is a stage and we are the actors. All of us have our specific role to play. You can't, it is absurd to watch our next person's role and one their role when you have your role to play. That's how it does go. It's very absurd. You have to focus on your role. Focus on your role. Stay in your lane. Otherwise, you will crash.
At the festival, I would have heard people from your shrine.
Yeah.
I don't know if I hear right. They say they would be at the village.
Yes.
They say that you'll have or they're going to have a spot in it.
Now, my domestic shrine is Ile Josi Uturamichi Awoshon. My Ianifa, Yeagbomola, my Udupona, Baba Upa Kunle, my Ulo Izarabosho. Yes, we will be at the Emancipation Village to promote the National Oshun Festival, which will be in August.
Right.
It's part of the Pan-African Festival as well. So we will be down in the Emancipation Village, giving info, giving insight. You understand? We are part of this. You cannot be a part of African spirituality and you don't support the Pan-African movement.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a consciousness. It's more than a religion. It's a consciousness case. So we support Pan-Africanism. You understand?
Yeah.
Right. So, with that said, you willing to work with anybody?
I am willing to work with.
We have parameters, yes, but
I would say frank, and people who are close to me would say, I am willing to work with anyone who is serious for the advancement of Ifa Orisa tradition in Trinidad and Tobago, the region, and worldwide. I am open to working with anyone whom Ifa sees fit, because we have to also spiritually know what is what. But once Ifa gives clearance, I am working with people who are serious to advance our way of life. Because of the children.
Yeah.
And as a man who spent more than a decade and a half in national security, what I see, what I have witnessed with our people, that has raised a fire in me. That everything we do, it must be for the safety, the protection, and the advancement of our children. That's it. It's nothing for personal gain. Because at our age now, we could be doing anything.
Yeah.
You understand? We could invest our finances in anything. But you know what? We are doing here? We are standing up to promote our culture, our heritage, and to leave a better imprint for our children to see. That's what we are doing here.
So, two things. There's your third time here.
Third time.
Third or fourth.
Yeah.
See? Leave us with what you think is something that could help raise the African community. Yeah, and you could probably leave us with a Udu or Sansa to back it up.
All I will say is everything ties back to truth. The first Udu is Ejogbe. Ejogbe says truth is what Olodumare used to build this world. Olodumare had declared to all the Irumale, to all the Imale, to all the Orisa, before they made their descent from the spiritual realm to IA, that do things in truth, which is walk in your purpose. All of us, as African people, as Ifa Orisa adherents, walk in your purpose. Find your destiny. Know your destiny and live it. It is a sad thing when a person could live to a ripe old age, and not know their purpose. Know your purpose, know your role and function. Know why Olodumare created you. Know why Olodumare created your child. Know what is the correct name to call your child. To give them that forward in this life. All of us, all I would say again, find your purpose. It's simple. You understand? But I mean, in some instances, it may not be that simple. But I'm saying, in our community, we have a lot of competent elders around. You understand? If we are unsure, you could simply make a call to somebody and verify. That is all it is. Because even in the medical field too, there is something that the practice as well called referrals. You call somebody, you understand? You do that. You understand? Because where there are the good, there are the thorns as well. So all I'm saying is, Olodumare will bless all of us. Baba Eshu will stand at the junction of our thoughts to help us make the right decision. Ogun, Lakaye, Oshimole will clear all of our pathway. Kabesi, Shongo, Ulukuso, Lalu would help all of us get justice in this land of Trinidad and Tobago. The things we are seeing happening does not go unpaid. The ancestors had a saying, time is longer than twine. So many things that we are seeing has a payment. Meaning that the spiritual realm sees every single thing. So all of us walk guided and walk accordingly. Elaburu, Elaboye, Elaboshishe.
So Shaka, King Shaka, I like that for me, because I want to meet you. Right?
Brother.
Thank you for passing through.
No problem, man.
He is one of them brothers and them that I know for sure there's support with what is do.
Yes.
And I appreciate that.
I don't know.
4 times. So he beat out Mendoza
Mendoza only come twice.
twice. Right. Right, but
It's he and Tasha. Tasha is the only other person that come on the show so much time. She come 3 times, he come 4.
Wow, Ali. So I am a
Resident.
I'm a resident. And to me, honestly,
Yeah.
I enjoy this forum
Mm.
because I know you're all doing it for the perspective of genuine advancement.
Yeah.
I mean, the questioning is not it's not automated questions. It is questions that comes from somewhere deep.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why I do have an issue supporting these kind of in fact, this particular podcast, I do have an issue. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
and
man.
I pray that you all advance more. Longevity be your portion until you know it max out. But I enjoy what you all have been doing, and I could always say with one of the first podcasts, one of the first time I actually saw Karen was in 2020 or 21 around there when it had the George Floyd issue. And he made her live.
Yeah, in Trinity car park.
And he say, I don't really talk and thing, but this situation.
Yeah.
And they talk about it. And when I heard him at that point, I realized this man is he for justice, he for righteousness. And after meeting him, I get to understand Shongo is a resident with him. And well, Orisa Lashe, has always been vocal in terms of weighing things of substance, weighing ancestral pride, wearing heritage. He lives it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as I say, the questions comes from a real place. You understand? So, much thanks, man.
I like how you say something that's not about it don't seem is not automated.
Yeah.
It's
That was
automated.
always the idea
Yeah, not automated.
to just be natural.
It's not AI questions either.
Yeah, right?
No AI answers.
Right? And I also never wanted the TV studio finish. And you know you have to be. Yes, I never wanted that at all because some of the things we're talking about, I wanted it to be just
Natural.
Relax. Yeah.
right? Even when we're coming out today, that's like, yo, we don't get into no conversation here. Because we want to come out. We want to repeat. And then sometimes you catch yourself trying to remember what it is they say earlier. You know?
What is there, you know.
Yeah.
I just always say, because this is what we're passionate about. Being honest. We're passionate about it. Passionate.
Yeah.
Passionate.
Yeah.
You know, I get into issues with people as well because of this. Because they just often say, boy, why you have to put energy behind this? You can enjoy your life, go on thing.
But that's also how you just know that plenty of us, and I'll leave him with this, plenty African people, and in Trinidad, who don't want to call themselves African and black or Trinidad, but plenty of all here, don't want to dismantle the system that built slavery and colonization and apartheid and segregation and Jim Crow. Or they just wanted to not affect all you. All they wouldn't care. I want to watch and say, all they wouldn't care if the people are them 2 streets away under the apartheid system. Because plenty of them don't even understand how dread apartheid was. And that was in we lifetime.
Yeah.
Each of us here was alive during apartheid. Trevor Noah, who we just watch on TV, who's look younger than us, telling you that he couldn't even walk next to him on any road. You understand? But plenty black people today, right here in Trinidad and Tobago, each one of us know probably at least one person. So they don't necessarily want the system of white supremacy and everything that it governs and thing to dismantle it. They just don't want it to affect them. So if I could work by massa, drink the same liquor massa drinking, buy the same shirt massa wearing,
Lime way, lime.
Liming. You understand? And he ain't felt no whip that hitting me.
Everything cool.
Everything cool. We really care about all that talk about children and the community and watching, because me and you had this discussion inside. I heard some people, and that's so profound. Can you bring it back up? These young African people in the world, male and female, that we seen doing things that we know is unsavory. Who coming for we children to court them, boy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's themselves coming. And so that's why I telling the parents in the school, they like, I can't see children like, hey, why you here? Like one outside. What you doing outside here? Because I know your father. Me didn't see your father yet. Why you outside the gate? Oh gosh, I thought I see man run back inside. But that's how I grew up too. That's how my mother, I grew up next to primary school. You understand? With my mother take children that are girls suffering from fits. Or what we used to call fits. Epilepsy.
Epilepsy, yeah.
Bad. I remember getting scared seeing this girl getting an attack, boy. My mother decided to take she and hash she inside by we evening and thing. That's what we grew up seeing.
Yeah, that community.
Community. That's the word.
Community.
Right? Now, when we looking at everybody, now you're watching the children, and them now want to understand the
Disconnect.
fear for how they getting on, you know. Or sometimes I just say shit out.
Tell you, see.
Sometimes I say shit out.
We have Queen Carla is watching again tonight.
Carla.
Say she's here watching live with some friends.
Greetings, Queen.
To somebody say etymology classes needed.
The Edgy Ogbe
Yeah.
Farm Temp. You know that?
I know that.
That's the name on
YouTube. On YouTube.
Edgy Ogbe Farm Temp.
Yeah.
So they say etymology class needed. Yeah, because with the language now, because I ain't lying, that's one of my biggest struggle.
Yeah.
No problem. No problem. I give thanks.
The language and thing, yeah.
We'll get in.
Well, we will, because, you know, you're hearing it more. It has some people making it a business, like, trying to say, they will hear, say certain ways. Yeah, my mother, the way me and my daughter is greet one another. My mother quite in America, and sometimes my mother says something she hears me and my daughter saying. So you never know who listening, who taking. Right? Blessings to you, Queen. As we close, you know me, I say, be careful on the road, the rains are back.
We give thanks to that.
Yeah, we give thanks to it, but we watch the roads while, you know, we driving.
Yeah.
I can't just say don't drink and drive and don't let nobody drink and drive you. All of this texting and driving. It is the danger with it is
You could lick up
like I live in an upstairs and I'll be watching now. On my corner, I live in a corner. I seen people so close to the corner and each other another. I'm like,
yeah, crazy.
Only what kind of madness is this? So no, I can't just say don't drink and drive.
So text and drive.
Don't let nobody drive with you who was drinking. But don't text and drive, and don't let nobody who text and drive you. But it gets so dread, I will tell you, take a call. Take a call while you're driving. But is it texting, boy? Because with the call, the phone here, yes, it's distracted still, you know. But the phone here, but that texting, now you have to think it. And then you might get caught up in it. Right? So let me be more mindful of that. Right? Love is action, is an action word. We cannot talk love. You have no way to talk love. Just like how we learn for sure now, all them things we read in them mills and booms long time, it's just words on our page. Love is action.
Love is action.
Right? Love is action.
Remember the petition in the description. The petition for
the petition is in the description
for the episode.
Click it and sign it, man. And I'm gonna give Karen some props. Even before I reach the sign it, Karen telling me what you sign it. You understand? I'm gonna go on now to check. The first thing I go on Facebook and see is Karen Shine. Right? The petition. What the petition is exactly what the chief was here talking about today.
National
holiday.
Ifa Orisa.
And bear in mind, that would be the first authentic African holiday in the country.
Yeah.
Because while I tell people I am a big supporter of Emancipation Day. Remember that Emancipation Day is a remembrance
of a declaration
of the end
of
of the
Chattel's
worst thing to ever happen to any group of people on this planet. Right? And so that means we'd have two firsts when it comes to them things. Because Trinidad and Tobago is the first country in the world to make Emancipation Day a national holiday. Right? So let us have a second. With that being
Looking
the
forward to it.
first authentically African public holiday in the country. The petition is in the description. Click
Please
it and
click it
sign
on
it.
it, yeah.
Share it on all your social medias.
Yeah.
Right, Oloye? Be safe out there, and remember, we live in communities and not neighborhoods. We live that.
Yeah, man.
Right?
I like that. Blessings, Ken.
We out.